Hello and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. In today's video, I'm going to be working on a diamond painting. This is my weekly WIP Chat. If you are not familiar with what a WIP Chat is, that is a work in progress. And I am just going to be chatting a little bit about what has been going on around here, other things that I have found out, and just diamond paint with you guys. So find something that you would like to work on, or if you would like to treat this as a podcast, then feel free to do that as well. And I am working on this really pretty diamond painting. I've just started, haven't gotten very far, and I am hoping to get more done this week. But this is Garden Girl, and it is by Hannah Lynn from Art and Soul. It's a square diamond, and I am really enjoying this. It has been a pleasure so far to work on. The squares fit very nicely. Here is a photo of this. Just a little thumbnail. It's kind of dark, but it's a thumbnail here. It is very dark here. I'm going to try to open the blind and see if that helps. It might put too much of a glare on here, but it looks pretty rough out. I think I'm going to close the blind. I think it's giving a glare, but we could potentially have some snow later today in the North Georgia mountains, and so it's freezing here, really dreary. So I have just been inside, so has my husband, and we've just been doing stuff around the house all weekend. But first of all, I do not want to forget and be really rude and not welcome all of you in. And if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like and enjoy what you see. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. It just amazes me every week to see how many people are watching, liking, subscribing to my videos, and I am all for it. But I would love to know how you guys are doing. Are you getting any snow in your area? Or maybe it's really hot in your area. And that would I don't want to be really hot, but I don't want to be freezing like we are now either. My cat, Abby, is right on the edge of my diamond painting. So she loves to watch me diamond paint. She will sit and watch me however long I'm diamond painting. She watches the pen and me put the drill on, and then she's just back and forth. And then it wears her out and she takes a 2-hour nap. But we are just diamond painting away, Abby and I, and she just knocked something off. But I am doing this for an event that I am co-hosting with Melissa. That's Diamond Painting Nana. And we are hosting the Hannah Lynn event, and that is sponsored by Jessica. So we have quite a few prizes from different sponsors, and if you would like to join in, it is not too late. Just grab a Hannah Lynn canvas and make sure you fill out the Google form when you go into the Facebook group. And then also we will have weekly progress posts, and make sure you post your progress there so you are able to participate in potentially winning some nice prizes. This one has a lot of white background. Normally I do like to multi-place, but with this white background, I tried multi-placing on the first section and it looked awful. And so I went ahead, it took me forever to get my drills straight and lined up the way that I wanted them. Nothing to do with the canvas whatsoever. It was me. And so now I decided on the white portions, I'm going to go ahead and I am just single placing. Now by the time that I'm done with this, I may get tired of it and I may go back to multi-placing, but right now it kind of even feels good to multi-place. And I do have a couple of these over here. It's not the same color that I'm working on now, that I've missed, or I may have hit them the way that I had it stored, which could have very well been. When I get to that one, if I get to that one on here, I'll go ahead and pop those two in. It's over on the side, but for now I am doing all of the E's. So I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you had a great start to the new year. My youngest daughter is always home. She is never not with us, and so it's been really weird because she's been gone since Wednesday, and I am doing this, or I'm actually videoing this on Sunday afternoon, and she's been gone since Wednesday, since the afternoon of the 1st, and her dad and my oldest daughter, her sister, they have gone to Disney for a week. And they were supposed to come back on this upcoming Wednesday, but I think they're going to come back on Thursday. If they can get it worked out, they decided that they wanted to stay an extra day and go to, I think, Hollywood Studios is what they were saying. But that's how their dad is. When he goes to Disney, he is like a child. He wants to do everything. He wants to spend as much time at Disney as he can. He tries to go at least once a year, but it's been, I think, 3 years or so since they have gone. And Paige was being a little grumpy at first about going. So she had said a year ago she was going to go, and then she kind of changed her mind at the last minute and said, I don't know if I really want to go. And we all decided, you're going to have to go because you already said you were going to go. And then she got upset. We had to deal with that part of it. But once she got there, and I told her dad, I said, once she gets there and she meets up with Madison, she is going to be fine. And she was. As soon as she saw her sister, she was happy, and she has been fine ever since. So I don't know if they're going to stay for another day. We'll have to see. But it's been really quiet here. Just my husband and I, I'm like, is this what it feels like to be an empty nester? And we'll never be empty nesters. And because Paige will always be with us, unless something really different changes, but we are expecting her to always be here. And so for us, trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to eat tonight? Because with Paige not here, we can have whatever we want. That, if she doesn't like it, then that's okay because she's not here. And that's been just different and kind of changing our routine a little bit since she's not home. But, we all miss her. Our cat misses her. Our cat loves to cuddle. She loves Paige. And she is missing her. She goes into her room. And so she's been cuddling up, and she's been with me more than normal. And so that's been fun. And I get to actually spend some more time with my cat. That's been nice. But it's different. And we had been talking for months of, where we're going to go eat when she's not here, and do things that she doesn't really care for, so that way we don't have to, worry about her, not being able to enjoy whatever we're doing. And we decided last night we wanted to go to, it's a Japanese restaurant, but if you've heard of Benihana, it's kind of like Benihana, but it's a different restaurant. I think it's just local. And we were going to go there. We already knew what we wanted. We were going to get their soup, which we loved, and we're going to get the fried rice and filet. And then I was going to get an egg roll. So we had not been in a while. It's kind of expensive. Paige only likes the soup, and she will eat the fried rice. So there's not much point going if she's just going to eat soup. And we like to eat it there, so it's, hot, and it's better than us having to bring it home and heating it up. And it's close to where we used to live, so it's a good 45-minute drive. Well, we decided we're just going to do that on Saturday night, and we'll just, do that. We might go see a movie, something that, she wouldn't want to see. And so we decided to leave kind of a little bit earlier. And I'm glad we did. We got there and I'm like, there is nobody. There's not a single car in the parking lot. All the lights in the restaurant were lit up though. And the sign was lit up, and so I told my husband, I said, we'll just drive up to the door and let's see. I'll get out and I'll see if there's, a sign or something. We saw a note that was on one of their areas in their porch, and so there's like 3 cars that went in front of us. And so I got out, looked, and I'm like, well, they closed on October the 22nd. They had been there for 22 years and they closed for good on the 22nd. And so we were both disappointed. All the lights were on inside. They do have a koi pond. The koi pond was still functional. There were tons of koi fish in there, and they had the food. Somebody had recently fed them because the food was floating around. Their area was nice and clean, and the pumps were still working. So I don't know if they're just going to leave that there in hopes that somebody's going to buy the restaurant. They'll want to keep the koi pond, or what. But it was really sad because we knew, we had gotten to know over the years some of the waiters there and also the owner. So apparently we hadn't been in a while. And so we were disappointed about that. Try to figure out, where we're going to go eat. By that time, it was like 5:30, and we went to one restaurant. I went in to see how long the wait was. It was an hour and 25 minutes. I looked online for another place that we'd like to go to that has reservations. You can, just walk in reservations. You can't make formal reservations, but you can go ahead and get on their waiting list. So I went on there, and it was an hour and 45 minutes. And so I told my husband, I'm like, I don't want to wait an hour and 45 minutes. He said he didn't want to wait that long either. And he's like, okay, how about Olive Garden? Because we were passing Olive Garden. I'm like, oh, well, that'll work. Okay. So I was really disappointed because we both were, because we were really looking forward to going to the initial restaurant, which was called Shogun's, and we ended up going and having the complete opposite, Italian, and that was really good too, but we were really disappointed. There's a couple of other local restaurants that we could go to, and it would be another 20 minutes if we were to drive there. And I told Dave, I'm like, if we go there, they're going to be really packed and we're probably not going to get in. And so we saw Olive Garden and we're like, okay, fine. It's close by and we will just go ahead and we'll eat there. So we did that, and then by the time we got finished with that, it was really late. And he's like, do you really want to go see a movie? And we both decided, no, let's go home. We'll see if we can find a movie on TV. We ended up watching 2 movies and stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning, which we never ever do. And Paige will stay up late, but we don't. But we had slept in on Saturday. I actually slept in on Friday and Saturday. And so I wasn't really sleepy. So we just decided to stay home and curl up. I diamond painted some on the couch, and he watched TV. So it was a good night, but I was just kind of disappointed because we had been playing that for so long. But things happen. We still went out to eat. We still have been able to spend some quality time together because we never ever have just time, just the 2 of us. And she's always with us, and that's fine. I am not complaining in any way, but sometimes it's nice that I'm always worried about her, taking care of her, making sure that she's done everything she needs to do, that kind of thing. And I didn't have to, and so that's been kind of nice. So I've kind of done some self-care for myself. I get myself a facial. I need to go and get my nails done. I think I'm going to do that Monday after work. Just different things that I can't really do all the time. But it has been different. I don't think I would like this for a very long period of time. So it'll be nice when she gets home, but they are having a really good time. So that's what counts. And she also said that the crowds were horrible at Disney. And come to find out, there's going to be a marathon or something going on I think beginning on the 9th. And so a lot of people are coming in earlier and they are enjoying Disney. And even the cast members said that it's normally not this crowded this time of year, but it's also been cold too. The kids were telling me that during the day, it's not, it's like in the low 60s, high of like 72 or so. And then at night, though, it gets down to like in the 40s. And so they brought sweatpants and sweatshirts and things. And so they're going back to their rooms. All right, sorry guys, I had to stop. My husband came into my craft room. He's going to be making me some temporary shelves for my closet so I can put some of my craft supplies in there instead of just leaving them in the hall in a box right now. So I had to just stop for a minute while he was measuring. So anyway, I was just saying that I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see Maddie or not. It really depends on if they change their travel plans, if they stay an extra day, or if they decide to go ahead and come home on Wednesday and they can get her flight changed to Thursday, then I will take her to the airport. Otherwise, I will not be able to see her until May. And that's not too far away. And I'll get to see her for a few days then. But otherwise, I have been working in our rental. Not sure if we're going to renew the lease or stay a year or what. We've been looking at houses, just casually looking to see if there's anything that meets our needs that we really like in this area. And we'll continue to keep looking. Our realtor will send us, she will send us links to look at if she finds something. She knows what we're looking for specifically. And she also said right now it is a buyer's market, which every time we have purchased a house, it's always been a seller's market. And it's hard to find, a house. If you find one you halfway like, you better jump on it. But right now it's not like that. And we know that for a fact from when we were trying to sell our home. So we're just kind of waiting to see what we want to do, hoping that the interest rates will also come down. But right now they haven't. And if they don't, we can still go ahead, go with the current rate, and then we can just refinance at some time. We're not too concerned about that right now. But I've gotten a lot done around here. I ran some errands that I knew Paige wouldn't want to go with me, got those done. I also went through some more boxes that I've been just kind of putting to the side. I knew what was in them, but just didn't know where I was going to put them, what I was going to do with them. Some of it was Paige's, and I'm going to put some of that in the storage facility that we have rented. And I asked her about it. She said it was fine, so I cleaned all of that up. That's a lot easier to do when she's not home, because if she's home, she'll want to keep everything out, and then she'll just throw it in her closet. If I go ahead and put it up, then she won't even know what she's missing. Kind of like when you have, kids that you have to clean up their room or change out their toys or something. If you do it when they're not home, they'll never even miss anything. So I've gotten quite a bit of destashing done, more destashing done this week. I am liking having a smaller home. although we want to have something a little bit larger than this, not necessarily home-wise, but we want to be able to have either a basement or more room in the backyard to have a building. So we will see what the new year brings, but right now we are happy here. Everything is good. Our collie is loving the yard. Even though the yard's smaller, she's adapted to it. She adapts very well. And Molly and Abby are starting to interact a little bit. Abby wants to play with her, but she's still a little scared. And I mean, I can understand that because Abby's this little kitten. Well, she's not little anymore. She's gained some weight, which is a good thing because she needed to. But, you know, you see this huge thing that's coming at you. She hadn't been around dogs, so I'm sure that Molly's smell is totally different than what, you know, she is accustomed to. And she's just not sure. But then she's seeing that, you know, Molly's not going to hurt me. And so she's wanting to play a little bit, which is good because Molly is really getting bored, I think, because she doesn't have any dogs to play with anymore. We lost our oldest dog, and they were like best buddies. They were different, you know, ages because Molly at that time was still a younger dog. I mean, it's only been not even a year, but when they first interacted, it was Molly was a puppy, and our Zoe was just a senior dog, but they interacted immediately, and she always had her until, you know, she didn't. And so I know that Molly has been depressed. She's gotten out of the depression, I think, but I think she's getting bored, but she won't play with toys. And then when she goes outside, she just barks because there's people walking or whatever. So we're trying to figure out what we can do with Molly. I'm not sure yet. We've taken her to daycare, but that starts to add up. And then it's also further away, the place that we like to take her. So we're trying to figure that out, but otherwise the house is great. I still like the fact that it's new. So we get to enjoy a new place for a little while. I don't think we'll get a new place ourselves, but we'll see. Because most of the new ones that we've seen, they're like 0 lot lines, and we don't want that. Although I wouldn't mind if we could get a 0 lot line with a basement or just a little bit of backyard. What we have is basically a 0 lot line, but we have a little bit of a yard, and I would like to have that. But my husband doesn't want that. So anyway, it's what we've been doing. I need to change my driver's license and get Paige's state ID changed out. Also, I got to find out I am Paige's guardian, and I don't know. I didn't even think about this until we closed on our house, but we're in a different county than where my guardianship is located. So I don't know if I have to reapply or if they're going to be able to change counties. Same state. I know if you change states, you do have to reapply. You have to go through the entire process again, go in front of the judge, all that fun stuff. But because it's the same state, I don't think I have to do that. I hope. So I've got to check into that this week, find out what I need to do. I did get all of our addresses changed. I did address change form through the post office as well. And so that's done. Moving is such a hassle. And then if we have to do this again, but I needed to go ahead and get my driver's license changed, and I'll have to get Paige's state ID changed. And I don't know what I got to do for that. It's probably the same thing what you have to do with the driver's license. You just go online, you can change it. In Georgia, you don't have to go in, which will be good. But I don't know. So that's something else I got to put on my to-do list. Class starts back for my full-time job in a week. So I'm working. We started back working this past week, and I will have to finish getting all my classes together. That's going to take me probably the majority of the week. My part-time job starts back on Monday, this coming Monday. As I mentioned, today's Sunday, and so tomorrow I start back on my part-time job. That won't be that bad, but I've got to go ahead and get that rolling. So I'll just have to spend a little bit of time sending out emails tonight. No big deal. But that's the only time that I really get off from work 100%, that I don't have to log in. I don't have to do anything. I get like 2 weeks out of the entire year. And then if I do anything, I have to take my computer with me because I'm always either having a class or something. I don't ever just get to take a full vacation, especially with a part-time job. I have to always check in. As far as diamond painting goes, I have started this one. I have started another one for the pink and black event. I'll put that below as well. The co-host of that event, both of them are just super funny, and they banter back and forth, and it's a good banter. It's not that they're dissing each other. It's fun. So I'll put their information below as well. And of course, one is Team Pink and one is Team Black. You have to have pink and black in your canvas. And the canvas that I'm working on from Oraloa, and I did unbox that one on my channel as well, that one has more black in it than pink, which I think is funny because pink is one of my favorite colors. I love pink and purple together, but I wanted to work on that one. When I opened it up, I thought, this is so cute. I want to work on this one soon. So I went ahead and I have that one. I'm almost done with it. I should be done with it in a week or so. I work on that one in the evenings because it's easy to put on a lap easel, and I will just sit there and diamond paint. And that one is going so fast, and it looks really, really cute. So I need to do an update, put that on Instagram, and also need to update in my group on Facebook. So if you're not in my Facebook group, please join us. And I'm getting close to 1,000 there in the group, 1,000 members, which I never thought I would see that. That is just so exciting. And I'm working on that one. Also, I am still plugging along on my White Christmas, and I would love to just keep working on it. I have about 2.5 rows left. That one goes pretty quickly as well. I would love to get it finished by the end of January. I'm not sure if I will be able to. I have gotten so bad about when I start working on a painting, I keep working on that one and not tend to go back to my other diamond paintings, my WIPs, and I need to stop doing that. I think what I would like to do is just to work on one at a time with a large project that's off to the side that I just do in the background. But I've got to finish up. I'm making a mess here. That would not be one of my videos unless I spilt drills. But I am holding my canvas with one hand because I have moved my containers and there's nothing to hold this up, and so it is like sliding on my table. So I need to get that fixed and make sure that you guys can still see. But I am trying diligently, and I really would like to go the route of one painting at a time, but it's going to be a while before I can get that far. Hopefully it won't be too long that I can just start doing one at a time, but I do a lot of larger ones, and so if I do large diamond paintings, I won't have a finish for a while. And I did have a video that went out on Sunday, and if you have not seen that one, I'll also put that underneath the eye, and so you can take a look at that. But that was how to avoid burnout, and one of my burnout tips or suggestions was not to have too many diamond paintings going, but if you needed to have a finish, work on something smaller. And I don't have that many small diamond paintings, so I do want to get some more smaller ones. I mean, I have plenty of the minis, and so that's what I'm going to focus on. So once I get my WIPs under control, then I think that I will try to go with one diamond painting at a time, except I will have a larger painting going in the background to where I'll just work on it for a little bit. It's not going to be something that I'm going to necessarily show on my channel. I might show it like 3 or 4 times at the beginning and then the middle, the end, and then do a post review on it, because I do want to start. There's a couple of larger paintings that I want to do. I have been looking at cross stitch conversions. I don't want to fall into the trap that I fell in before, where on my cross stitch conversion it just was so pixelated. I absolutely hated it. By the time that I got to 58%, I was so disappointed in that thing, and I just decided I'm done with it. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to spend the money on a canvas and then realize that it is very pixelated and that it just doesn't look right. So I am really looking to see which one I want to do. I think I figured that out, but I've got to get the drills and everything. So I'll do that on the background, the back end. And I also wanted to ask you guys, 'cause I'm trying to figure out what all I want to do channel-wise on videos, and I like to have like a plan. So in other words, I know that on Tuesdays, that's my WIP Chats. And then on Thursdays and Saturdays, it just depends on what I have going on with diamond painting. It may be, kitting up. And I'm not sure on my kitting downs if I'm going to be keeping my drills going forward. I don't really use them except for the Ever Moment ones that I know that I want to use for cross stitch conversions. But even then, I prefer to have newer ones so they're in the same lots than just keeping what I have left. So I'm not sure about kitting down. But I wanted to see if you would prefer for me to go back and I've done this before and it was a hit. I had my cross stitch conversion that I did a WIP and Chat on, like on Fridays or Saturdays, whatever day it was. And then I had my WIP and Chats on Tuesday. So I'd have 2 basically WIP and Chats a week. On the cross stitch conversion WIP and Chat, what I did, and I enjoyed it, was that I went over comments that you guys have left on prior videos. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that, but then it got to where I didn't have as many comments. And so I thought what I could do is either do it maybe once a month, or if I decided to do it every week, and it wouldn't be a cross stitch conversion. I think it would be just a larger canvas or my canvas. It would be a different canvas from my Tuesday. So it'd be like whatever I have as a background. So if I am doing a cross stitch conversion, yeah, it would be that. But if I'm not, it'll be whatever large painting that I'm doing. So right now it would either be White Christmas or my my dragon seasons, because I have winter to go on that one. And if I didn't have enough comments, I would just have a very short WIP and Chat. So let me know what you guys think of that, if you would like for me to do that again, or if that just wasn't your thing, if you don't really want to do WIP and Chats. I guess if you didn't want to listen to WIP and Chat, you wouldn't be here today when you're watching it. But let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. I really want to grow my channel. I mean, not just for me. I want to grow my channel for my community. Just like to have to where you guys feel comfortable, you are excited about coming into my videos, and you want it to be a happy place. I thought about doing a live, but the time on the lives, I don't want to interfere in anyone else's live. And I do better during the day on lives than in the evenings, because I already have Wednesday and Thursday evenings are already booked with obligations that I have to do. So that wouldn't work. And then the weekends, I never know what's going on the weekends around here. If we decide to do something or whatever, but the weekends are usually reserved for family. And I could do it on Saturday afternoon, but I don't know how people like that either. And I've not done my own live. I've been in lives before, I haven't done my own. So I don't even really know if that would be like an enjoyable thing for everybody. So let me know what you think about having the two WIP and Chats, with one just being comments that you guys have posted. I would like to hear your feedback on that, and anything else that you would like, or anything that you don't like. If you don't like kidding down, watching it, or kidding up, let me know. And again, I don't know, I keep going back and forth. I have limited space here. I don't know if I'm going to have limited space at the new place, but I probably will. So they're either going to have the same amount or maybe a larger space if we have a basement, but I'm enjoying having my room upstairs in a bedroom rather than in a basement. It just has worked out really nice for me. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have the same amount that I have now in space-wise. And I don't really use my drills, my extra drills. I don't really use them, and I just dread having to have it in a huge box. I mean, they're organized well, but it's in a large box, and it's just a pain to even get the box out. So sometimes I don't even, if I have some missing drills, I know I have a kit that I'm currently working on, I'll just grab them from there, and then I will contact the company and get some more drills, whatever I need. And it takes up a lot of time to kit down, to be honest. I'd rather be diamond painting than kitting down. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. I'm on the fence on that one. I'm noodling around trying to decide, do I really want to kit down? Because it can take well over an hour to kit down. Kitting up, that's a no-brainer. I will have to always kit up. But kitting down, that's where I'm kind of drawing the line. I'm trying to have extra time to be more efficient with my time. And I always have a word that I choose every year. And this year I wasn't even going to do it. And then all of a sudden I was just sitting and watching TV, and it just hit me that the word was grace for this year. And I just kept thinking about it, and it just would not get out of my head. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do one little word, and this year my word's going to be grace, and then I may see if I have a companion word that will end up with that. And it's grace, not only to give others grace, but to give myself grace. And I'm looking at, grace to diamond paint more, grace to diamond paint less, diamond paint what I want to join, more groups, and, just different things for myself. And I have a big birthday coming up, birthday number. We're not having a party or anything like that, just a big birthday year. And I just keep thinking about some things, and I need to give myself more grace on things that I give other people grace to, but I don't give myself enough grace. So we will see. We'll see how that pans out. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. That's really all that I have for you today. And there's not really a whole lot that has been going on, but I wanted to touch base with you. I'll have to let you know next week if it snowed, or I will put it underneath my group in my Facebook group. I'm trying to be better with my Facebook group. I really am. I don't post like I should. I might need to check into getting a moderator or two to help me in my Facebook group, because I don't always monitor it like I need to. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you would like to make a comment, please do so, and I would love to answer those and to see how you guys are doing and what you're working on. If you have not subscribed, I would love to have you within our community here. Also, if you wouldn't mind clicking on that like button before you leave, that definitely helps also to get my videos out to other people. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.